Well, my daddy left home when I was 3, and he didn't leave much for me. Just this old guitar and an empty bottle of booze. Now, I don't blame him because he ran and hid, but the meanest thing that he ever did was before he left, he went and named me Sue. Well, he must have thought it was quite a joke and got a lot of laughs from a lot of folks. It seemed I had to fight my whole life through. Some guy would giggle and I get red. Some guy laugh and I bust his head. I tell you, life ain't easy for a boy named Sue. Well, I grew up quick and I grew up mean. My fists got hard and my wits got keen. Roamed from town to town to hide my shame. But I made a vow to the moon and stars. I searched the honky-tonks and bars and killed that rat bastard that gave me that awful name. Well, it was Glydenburg in mid-July, and I just hit town and my throat was dry. I thought I'd stop and have myself a brew. At an old saloon on a street of mud, there at the table, dealing stud, sat that dirty manging dog that name is Sue. Well, I knew that Snake was my own sweet dad from that worn-out picture that my mother had, and I knew that scar on his cheek and his evil eye. But he was big and bent and old and gray, and I looked at him, my blood ran cold, and I said, "My name is Sue. How do you do? Now you're gonna die." Yeah, that's what I told him. Well, I hit him hard right between the eyes, and he bent down my surprise. He came up in a knife and cut off a piece of my hair. But I busted a chair right across his face, and we crashed through the wall and into the street, kicking and growling in the mud and the blood and the beer. I tell you that I fought tough with men, but I really can't remember when. He kicked like a mule and bit like a crocodile. I heard him laugh and I heard him cuss, and he went for his gun and I pulled mine first. He stood there looking at me and I saw him smile. He said, "Son, this world's rough. If a man's gonna make it, he's gotta be tough, and now I wouldn't be there to help you along. So I gave you that awful name and I said goodbye, and you knew how to get tough or die, and it's that name that helped you make you strong." He said, "Now just you fought one hell of a fight, and I know you hate me and you got the right to kill me now. No one mind you if you do. But you gotta thank me before I die for the growl is in guts and the spin your eye, 'cause I'm the SOB that named you Sue." Yeah, what could I do? What could I do? I got choked up and I threw down my gun, called my pa, he called me his son, and I came away with a different point of view. And I think about him now and then, and every time I try and every time I win. And if I ever have a son, I think I'm gonna call him Bill or George. Anything but Sue. I still hate that name.